sometimes things just work out, and the media isn't interested in covering the justice that us regular people so desperately crave. If you remember back in, I believe this was September, we had a situation at Arizona State University where two white students were in a multicultural center, which appeared to be completely empty, by the way. And two other students came up to them and were filming them, telling them to leave because they had a bumper sticker or something like that on their laptop that said Blue Lives Matter, something like that. And then the other guy had a "I didn't vote, don't blame me, I didn't vote for Biden" t-shirt on. Okay. This incident went viral, and the two men were vilified for being like antagonistic and evil, and they were called all sorts of terrible things. And, you know, ultimately everything kind of died down, except it didn't. And the two students that felt like it was their place to kick these other students out simply for the color of their skin actually faced a little bit of an investigation. And they were found in the wrong by the university. Now, no one's covering it except right here on The Quartering. I believe Officer Tatum covered it as well. This amazing conclusion to this story after a quick word from this video sponsor. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Kamikoto. Kamikoto makes great Japanese steel kitchen knives using traditional techniques from Japan. Kamikoto also only sources its steel from Japan. Each knife comes in a beautiful heavy-duty ash wood box. It makes sure the knife is stored safely. It also makes Kamikoto a great gift. Each knife goes through a rigorous 19-step process that takes several years from start to finish to complete. With more than 100 years of experience between them, their expert bladesmiths forge and shape raw steel into hardy blades. Each knife is individually inspected. Kamikoto is so confident about their knives that each knife comes with a lifetime guarantee. And look, I can talk from a personal experience. When I got this and I opened the box, I felt excited. It comes with it's really nice to me. It comes with like certificate of authenticity. The knives are all packaged in there and look really nice. They're well crafted. They feel really good in your hand. Kamikoto has a big sale going on right now, is offering an extra $50 off any purchase you make with the discount code The Quartering, and that's on top of their already special offers. So click the link below or go to kamikoto.com/The Quartering and use promo code The Quartering to save $50 today. These things make an awesome gift for you or for someone you love. Now, quick refresher. College students confront white peers with PLM bumper stickers, calling them all sorts of terrible things. Viral video racks up over 1 million views on Twitter alone. Two white students appearing to be on Arizona State University's campus were confronted over a sticker on their computer reading "Police Lives Matter" and were told to leave the area, according to the viral video of the incident. "You're offensive. Police Lives Matter," says a woman who confronts the two white male students appearing to study in a campus facility in the video, which has more than 1 million views on social media. Remember, obviously, this video here, we can show you a little bit of it.
You're offensive. Police Lives Matter?
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to do school.
What?
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
This is our space. It actually isn't. It's the taxpayer's space because Arizona State University is a public university. The camera focuses on the two male students studying at a desk in a campus the female students say is a multicultural space. One of the male students has a sticker on the computer reading "Police Lives Matter," while the other student is seen wearing a shirt that says "Did not vote for Biden." "We've got Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school," the student wearing the anti-Biden shirt says as he holds up his phone, appearing to also record the situation. Now, did these two guys, the guys, I've talked to one of them. One of the guys, they didn't really want, did they want to go there to antagonize these social justice weirdos? I don't know. They say they didn't, so I guess we have to take them at that. Some people can believe one way or the other, but we don't have any evidence of that. And to be totally honest with you, they have every right to be there. Their tax dollars, our tax dollars, their tuition paid for that building. And there's no reason to have a no whites allowed section of a public building. Now, other student response saying that the stickers are making them uncomfortable. You're white. You don't understand what a multicultural space is. Well, isn't it multicultural? That means everybody. I thought multicultural, why does multicultural mean non-white? Why don't you just call it that? Oh, you don't want to call it what it really is because that would, that wouldn't go over the same, right? So much of this woke, modern segregation stuff is just, to be honest with you, it's set up to exclude one particular skin color. Now, white is not a race, so it's difficult to kind of use that same language, but that's what it is. It's saying, no whites allowed. And if they had actually called it that, of course, people wouldn't accept it. But they use these fancy, buzzwords, PR words like multicultural center. And then they say, well, you're not allowed here. White is not a culture, the student said in the anti-Biden shirt. White is not a culture. Say it again to the camera. You think whiteness is a culture. This is a attack that ASU does, and it's the type of place where people that they protect. This white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is what we need. This is why we need a multicultural space, because they think they can get away with this stuff. The student continues, appearing to refer to Arizona State University. Now, of course, the dean of students is aware of the disagreement between a handful of students that was captured in a video circulated on social media. The dean of students' office will be discussing it with all involved. ASU is a community of more than 100,000 people, blah, 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 blah. You see, you're a racist, your sticker's that because police, that's a job. You can choose to be police. I didn't choose to be black. The student continues, you can choose to be a cop. You can choose to end people with a badge, and you're protecting this stuff. This means you're racist. Of course, these people are just dumb, uneducated children who should really be studying actual degrees to help society instead of, gender studies or whatever. You see this Richard Grinnell. Who is this person going after people because they are white? What school is she a product of? What community allowed her to be educated in this way? Who are her parents? They all failed her. This is, modern academia, right? Now, this is back in September, and then nobody covered the situation after that.
Directed towards.
They self-selected here in a new Instagram video posted just a few days ago, where they show that they were found guilty. Hold on a second here.
The black woman. The students called for help from ASU, but no one came for over 30.
This is weird. Like, they can barely read, and they're in college. That's probably a tough spot to be in.
Minutes. So we were forced to confront these men by ourselves.
You didn't actually have to confront them at all. You could have just let well enough alone. The idea that you have a huge empty room where people are studying and you just could have let it be, right? You didn't have to say anything.
After this incident, we received thousands of...
So they claim they got all sorts of threats and things like that. Look, obviously, that's not okay. But this is often a shield used by people who are bad actors who then say, well, in fact, I am the victim.
And I received these threats every single day.
No, they don't.
ASU was aware of how we were getting doxxed and suffering psychological.
And this is a weird, why would you upload this video? Like, it doesn't match. It makes them look really dumb because the words don't match their mouths.
And emotional violence.
That's not their fault, I don't think.
Violence by white supremacists from across the country, but it still did not protect us. Instead, they launched an investigation against us, and we had to mobilize the community to protect ourselves from being kicked out by the institution. ASU's investigation found us guilty of
boom, guilty.
Interfering with university activities.
Ha! See, what sucks is like this part of the story doesn't get reported, right? So the Arizona State University found them guilty of interfering with what, our education.
Dear white people, aka ASU,
You openly discriminated against us on November 16th when you handed down your decision from your racially biased investigation.
These people are so dumb. I mean, come on. Like, and then of course they're getting crushed, right? Kyle is awesome. Wow, just wow. Lamau, bunch of jokes. Chick-fil-A cup, ha 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 ha. Nice script. These are your future coffee baristas and single mothers. But you don't mind trying to dox the boys. The real world is going to eat you alive if that offended you. There's a lot of let's go Brandon, hold him accountable. Oh my God, his hat said Bass Pro Shop. I mean, nobody. This is, you know, this should be giving you good vibes.
We are being persecuted for defending our multicultural center from racism and sexism.
These are two things that those boys never had anything to do with, by the way. They never did any of that. They just sat there. And so, yeah, so these kids were found guilty of being awful, because you can't just kick people out of a public space that, you know, based on their skin color. Seriously. Now, obviously, sending them vile things personally, that's not okay. But they're obviously continuing to play this up. As this video was uploaded just 5 days ago, they're trying to make this their whole identity. I would suggest that they should probably consider focusing on actual, like, learning rather than
on campus,
you know, this attention-seeking behavior, because they're going to come out of college at 23, 24, whatever, and they're going to have a mountain of debt, and they've wasted their life not learning any real skills. And then what they're going to do, they're going to naturally follow that same progression where now they're going to talk about how, oh, student debt should be forgiven because, you know, I made stupid decisions with my money when I was young, like a lot of people did, except I want, you know, I want the government to fix that for me. No, good. Found guilty. Obviously, it looks like they haven't been kicked out, which I wouldn't think they should be. But I do think it's funny that the school did rule against them.
where Muslim students.
I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.